Omari, hey, how are you?
I'm
Can't
good.
hear you.
Oh, let me see. Can
Can
you
you
hear
hear
me
me?
now?
Yeah, I can hear
Mm-hmm.
you. Can you turn it up a bit for me?
I can try.
You sound a little low. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good, good. My name is Adrian McConnell. I'm the executive director of a nonprofit organization called Youth Revive. And we have a program in about five Dallas ISD high schools called Ignite Me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pleasure to meet you, man. What school do you go to?
I go to Hampton Preparatory.
Oh, okay. You at Hampton Prep. Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
What grade are you going to?
I will be going to the ninth grade.
Okay. Gonna be a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been at Hampton?
See. It's been a while, so I'm trying
Okay.
to think.
So a
I
long
went
time.
there at fourth. Oh yeah, I was there since fourth grade though. If you want a quick answer.
Since fourth grade. Okay. All right. Yeah, you've been there for a minute. I have another I have a young lady that's there now. I can't what is her name? I know her nickname. We call her Tay Tay.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, she wears glasses. I'd have to ask my daughter what's her real name. It's a little difficult to pronounce. That's why we just keep it easy and simple and just call it Tay Tay. Yes. How's your
Um,
summer been?
it's been good so far.
That's good, man. That's good. Now, how'd you find out about the Rising Blazers program?
I actually found out through my mom. She was the one who found it. I don't
Okay.
know exactly how she found it, but I think she was just like researching different programs I could do during the summer
Got you.
and we
Got you.
stumbled upon.
Okay. Is this your first session with the program?
Yes.
Really?
Hmm.
All right, man. Well, we're still working on adding students. So it looks like today you'll be the only person hanging out with me. But we only have about 13 minutes left. So I'm going to jump into
Hmm.
today's session. Have you ever heard of the term capacity inventory? Does that sound familiar to you? Nope.
Not really, to be honest.
Okay, which is fine. That's why I'm here and that's why you're here. So the term capacity, what does that mean? So,
Uh,
so have you ever
I'm trying to think of the right
I know
word.
you've been on an elevator before, right? Have you been on an elevator
Yes.
before? Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Have you ever seen that sign that says capacity and it has like a number and it says max? So
Oh
maybe
yeah.
Kayla, close that door for me. You seen that before? Okay, so that means
Hmm.
that's the capacity of the elevator. Okay, that's how much it can handle. That's how many people it can hold. And so today, my program is all about community. We teach students how to bring change to their community. Now, you live ideally. What's your zip code?
Um,
Do you
seven
know?
five two three two.
75232. What is that nearby?
Dallas County.
Okay, so that's in Dallas County. Give me some landmarks. What's around you?
Hmm. Um, trying to think of a few.
Give me some restaurants.
Oh, there's like Sonic, Subway, and there's also like those tax company the other side of my family owns called Samson's and Son.
Okay, okay. What about parks? Any parks near you?
There's yeah, there's like one or two. I don't know their actual names though, sadly.
No, it's all good. How long have you been living in your neighborhood?
Hmm. That's actually been well, I don't know the exact amount
Just a
of how
guess.
long I've been there. I'd say about
More than 2 years?
yeah,
Okay. More than 5 years?
probably around maybe 5. I don't know exactly, but I think around like somewhere in the 5 range.
Okay, it's somewhere around there. How long you been growing your hair?
These I've actually been growing for about 4 years now.
Really? I
Mhm.
would have guessed much longer. Your hair grows fast.
Oh yeah, it's always been that. I
Man,
hadn't cut one before, but
that is that's
I
impressive.
just thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give you the definition of capacity inventory.
Hmm.
A capacity inventory tool, it is used as one of the primary ways that communities can begin to identify and map various gifts and abilities. In many communities, the local people and their associations and their institutions, those are such as like police departments or libraries or parks. These local individuals that live within the community have various skills and abilities that they can utilize to help the community. Neighbors can trade these various skills to make their community and their neighborhood a whole lot better. So, what are some of your gifts? I know you got a lot of them. Gifts, abilities, things that you enjoy doing. Give me about two or three.
Okay. I guess one is my ability to cooperate. I'm actually a pretty good cooperator.
Okay.
Um, I think another is my speed. I would say because one of the sports I do is actually track and field, and I'm pretty good at that.
Okay. I think Tay Tay, the young lady that I was talking about, she runs track.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. At Hampton.
Mm.
Yep. But I think she may be a year younger than you. Okay, so
Oh,
you're cooperative.
hmm.
And what does that mean to you when you say cooperative?
Like if I am given instructions or somebody's trying to talk to me, I will be listening. And
Okay.
depending on the task, I can be able to handle it.
Okay. Very, very good. All right. So, depending on the directives that you've been given, you feel like you may have the ability to complete that task or assignment. That's good. You also mentioned being able to follow and also being a good listener, which are all very good qualities that are necessary for building community. You said you're a good runner, and give me one more.
I'm actually a quick learner as well.
Okay. And a quick learner. Now, you gave me three: cooperative, runner, and quick learner. How can those three skills, abilities, characteristics bring change to your community? Or how can those three things that you mentioned help your community?
Me being cooperative and being a quick learner, I can help out with different tasks. So let's say somebody is like needs help moving stuff into their home or like in a certain location near their home, let's say like a front yard or something. I would know like where to put it and things like that. And then for the track part, I would say it could help the team get recognized, help build more memory, and help with practice in general.
Yeah.
Different things.
Okay. All right. That's good stuff, man. Um, Everybody within the community has something to offer. Would you agree with that?
Mm, yeah,
Yeah.
whether it's big or small.
Say that one more time.
I said, yeah, everyone has something to offer, whether it's big or small.
Yep. Whether big or small. And the challenge sometimes people don't recognize or connect well with their community, and or they don't identify or have not identified their gift or their abilities or talent. So what we do for teenagers, man, we create a capacity inventory. We give them a list of skills and abilities, various gifts, talents that they possess by way of doing this worksheet. So I'll show it to you real quick. We don't have time to jump into it, but I'll let you take a peek at it
Mm-hmm.
if I can find it. Hold on, I had it up. Okay, I'll show this to you. Let me share my screen real quick. All right, can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So this is called inventory of gifts and abilities worksheet or handout. And how this
Mm-hmm.
works, we have different categories: health, office, construction and repair, maintenance, food, childcare, repairing machinery, sales, music, and a list of other skills. And what you would do, I'm going to scroll back up to the top. What you would do is just check off a skill that you have in this column, or in this column, you would put a check mark skill that you would like to learn. So take, for example, caring for the elderly. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty easy, I think. If you're of a certain age and, you have certain things that you're capable of doing. I guess it also depends on the elderly's needs as well. Nevertheless, you can either check, yeah, I think I can handle that. I think I have the skill set to do that, or no, but I'd like to learn. Okay. Another example would be um, furniture repair. Okay. Um,
Mm-hmm.
either you have that skill or you don't, but you would like to learn it. Now, how does skill be a help to your community?
Mm-hmm.
Now, remember, a community is full of what?
People.
People. All right. People make up the community. And typically, you know, people have furniture, right? So if you had this skill, how could you be of help to your neighbor?
Um, with either skill, I could help. I would be able to have the knowledge and the ability to handle it, so I could help them out when needed.
Yep. There you go. Well said. Well said. Yeah. So if my lazy boy, my favorite chair breaks down, but I don't know how to repair it, and you do, and I'm aware of your skill and your ability, then guess what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna come knock at your door, and I'm gonna ask for your help. I'm gonna
Um,
ask that you assist me in the repair of my chair. So that's how we work together in unity as a community. But if I'm not aware of the various abilities and skills that you have, then you can't really be of help to me. and vice versa. If you don't know what skills and abilities I possess, then, I can't be of help to you. But if we know one another's skills, gifts, abilities, then we can be neighborly, and through our desire to be neighborly, we are building community, we're building unity amongst one another, and we're also building unity within the community. Does that make sense? All right. So if you ever want a copy of that handout, you just let me know. We'll meet again on this coming Thursday. I hope you're able to join me.
Yeah.
All right. So
I should be able
okay,
to.
good. Try and log in at 11:30.
Okay.
All right. Well, enjoy your Monday, man. We'll talk later.
All right.
All right.
You
Bye-bye.
enjoy as well.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye-bye.